What happened to my audio? Hello? What happened to my audio? What happened to my audio? Hello, and welcome back to Derikdoesastream. This is Derek, and this is the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're going to be playing through Chapter 2 of the Blue Lion's Route, and let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to Derikdoesastream. This is Derek, and this is the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're going to be playing through Chapter 2 of the Blue Lion's Route, and let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to Derikdoesastream. This is Derek, and this is the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're going to be playing through Chapter 2 of the Blue Lion's Route, and let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to Derikdoesastream. This is Derek, and this is the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're going to be playing through Chapter 2 of the Blue Lion's Route, and let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to Derikdoesastream. This is Derek, and this is the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're going to be playing through Chapter 2 of the Blue Lion's Route, and let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to Derikdoesastream. This is Derek, and this is the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're going to be playing through Chapter 2. Alright, so, start of the new chapter. We're going to have new areas to explore in the monastery. We're also going to learn a few new things about how the game works. So early on in the game, it's still kind of the tutorial stage. It'll kind of be a tutorial for the first 7 or 8 chapters, I believe. So this is also going to be a lot longer than the previous 2 chapters because it's going to take us through all the different features that the monastery offers. And can you guys hear everything all right?
The knights will support your mission and are prepared to offer their assistance if necessary. In short, this is no mock battle.
So here we have good old Seth, who still doesn't trust us.
The knights when it is time to depart. Until then, use your time wisely. This will be our first
battle.
I'm looking forward to fighting alongside you, Professor.
As am I. Oh, wrong dialogue option. So anytime you get the right dialogue option with somebody, you'll actually get a boost in their relationship. If you pick the wrong choice, it's going to do one of 2 things. It's either going to drop the relationship value, or it just won't grow at all. In this particular case, the dialogue choice that we chose didn't really give us an improvement, so apparently we should have said that we were worried. Not quite.
Well,
so here's Gerald, our
expect
dad, our very, very attractive dad.
I hate that. Outside
Outside of battle, you didn't have much
contact with people.
I thought being thrown into a swarm of noble brats to teach would be a bit much for you. It seems I was right to worry. By the way, I heard about those bandits. Your first assignment is to take them out, right? That's fairly easy.
You by now, but don't forget it's the first real
So we are actually going to be fighting these same bandits that
little.
that we fought in the prologue. So Costas and his group are showing up again because the Flame Emperor threatened to execute him. So I guess now he's going to try to prove his mettle against us.
Into your life here, but don't let
And of course, I figured, yeah. There's not much that I can do with the audio quality being kind of echoey right now. Is it my voice specifically that's echoing a lot, or is it the game? Oh, anyways, it's Annette's birthday. She's one of our characters. We're gonna go ahead and give her some flowers. And there we are. So here we're going to see events. Basically, every single day, something new happens at the monastery. We're also going to get to explore a new area, Abyss. So if you haven't played Fire Emblem Three Houses before, Abyss is something that was added with the DLC. If you purchase the game now, you're still not going to have access to it unless you buy the DLC, because I've played this game for like a year straight, non-stop, pretty much. I do have access to that already, so we're actually going to get some free characters out of that, which is nice because we do need to fill out our army. And here we can see today we have lots of large fish, so if we go fishing, a lot of big fish, which means more renown. And then we also have bonding bites, which is taking place in the cafeteria. So let's go ahead and head to the monastery now. Here we'll learn a little bit about the map. Byleth heard a girl's voice, apparently. Here we have the bulletin board. It's going to show us all of the quests that are going on, as well as some weekly announcements that might include new gear. Alright. So we have a major quest going on over here with Gerald.
Hey, do you know how old Captain Gerald is?
That's enough, Leonie. If I don't know, how could my child know?
It's not normal to forget your own age, you know. It's kind of worrisome, actually.
By the time you're forgetting your own age, you're past the point of caring.
I guess if you put it that way, you've got a point.
I have a request.
Alright, so we're going to get a quest off of Gerald here. So with this, we'll have access to battalions. We'll get a little more into battalions in just a little while. And you can see here all of the rewards you're going to get for it. So we have 3 battalions: Gerald's Mercenaries, Church of Sarah's Soldiers, and Sarah's Mercenaries. And then we're also going to receive 300 points of renown. So we'll go ahead and accept the quest. I'm going to hit up Leonie real quick, so I'm going to have to talk to them again.
I hope we get a chance to practice together.
So you can actually recruit students
I know
from
I'm in a
other
class,
houses.
but you're the only other person here who's learned from Captain Gerald.
And it looks like Leonie's not interested in joining our class yet. We need to improve our strength and our skill with lances. Great, so we're going to head out. Oh, there's another student here. Here we have Anna. Anna is another DLC character. I believe that she is paid DLC. Some of the DLC features are actually available to all players, regardless of whether or not you've purchased the DLC. Yeah, so we can't do anything with Anna yet. Next month, she'll actually be recruitable. And I believe she comes as a pre-promoted unit, which is nice. So over here we have Dorothea.
Oh, Professor. Hello. Truth is, my undershirt got blown away. And it's not important why. It only matters that it's pale blue. Thank you so much.
So there we go, boosting our relationship with Dorothea while looking for her bra.
Interesting.
Professor, I'm just not sure if it's enough to change classes. Let me think about it a bit more.
So in order to recruit Dorothea, we'll need to increase our charm and authority. That should actually be pretty easy to do. There's a good chance we're going to recruit her.
What is it? I'm not doing anything! Oh, come on. That's just cruel.
Bernie is best girl.
Sorry, I'm
Trying, but you're still kind of a stranger.
And we won't be able to get Bernie until we increase our strength and our bow skill. Here we got Shamir. This is our first time meeting Shamir. She's a sniper who works for the church. We're definitely going to want to recruit her eventually. Thankfully, the Knights of Saros are incredibly easy to recruit. Head here to the greenhouse. We're going to pick up some items. And we'll chat with Marianne here real quick.
If you'll excuse me.
Oh, Professor.
Hello.
Excuse me. I have to go.
Yeah, so we won't be able to recruit most of the students yet, but we can actually see what we need to recruit them. So Marianne wants us to improve our magic and our riding stat. We'll head over and talk to the greenhouse keeper real quick. We're going to harvest the seeds that Dudu gave us and get some vegetables for that. And here we go. So we can actually plant things as well. So at the time, we can actually only plant one type of seed because of our renown. And we'll cultivate that by pouring Arameid water. Pick up a few more items since we're here. So any of these little blue things are going to be items that you can get. Okay, and we're going fishing. And sure enough, we start with a large fish. Alright, so we're just going to fish until we're out of bait. This is going to give us some bonuses on our renown that's going to help us a little later in the game. And there we are. So the goal with fishing is to just kind of hit that purple. You want to get right there in that section. That'll give you... So you're going to see the little bars here. These are basically the HP of the fish and your string. And hitting in the purple bar causes the fish HP to drop lower. Causes ours to not drop as much. And nice. So we'll go a couple more times. Getting a lot of small fish lately, though. Perfect. And once more. Alright, and one last time, and then we'll get back to the game itself. And there we are. Let's go ahead and hit up some more students. See if we can get some quests taken care of. So there is another quest that we can take up right here with the head chef. We're gonna grab an item over here real quick. We'll talk to her. And there we are. And here's Annette, one of our students.
Professor? Do you like sweet or spicy food?
We like sweet food.
I'll definitely remember that.
Awesome. So we're also building up supports with our units. Fire Emblem features something called support conversations. These allow you to kind of get to know the characters a little bit better. You get more into their backstory. It also actually gives you benefits when you're fighting. So when two characters have a support with each other, they can add to each other's accuracy, to their chance to avoid attacks, their chance to score a critical hit. So you really do want to build up those supports, which means you want to build a positive relationship with your characters. It's kind of like a dating sim, and you can also actually build support
It's
between
thanks
your
to my
students.
adopted father, Lenato, that a commoner like me
Here's Ash, the best boy.
model of chivalry. Someday, I'm going to be just like him.
Alright. I don't think there's... Oh! Yeah, there's nobody else for us to talk to here. Edelgard and Hubert are here, but we're not going to be able to recruit them on this playthrough, so we're really not concerned with them at the time. Heading over this way. We do have a quest to complete that involves talking to
It is
Dimitri.
better if you do not approach me.
If you spend too
Much
much time around a band of Dusker,
There
it will be worse.
We have only just arrived at the academy, and we're already being sent out.
Take care of bandits.
Yeah, so that's nice. It's
that will likely require.
these are school students,
practice,
and
there is
our
little
very
difference
first
between a battle
real
and a
mission
war.
with them is to take on murderous
Except for the
bandits. That's the
Have any other
decision
questions
that
about life at the
the
monastery?
Archbishop, the
Or
head of
how
the
about-
church, and the school has decided is that we should go ahead and take
Still
kids
It will
to
take up a
fight
considerable
bandits.
amount of your time. It's helpful
The
to plan
American
out
education
activities in
system in a
advance so
nutshell.
that you don't mistakenly squander your time here. Professors at the Officers Academy
So
are
Dimitri's
expected
going to teach
have
us a few
such
things about how the
leadership
game
skills.
works.
Students and teachers alike must devote themselves to their studies.
Don't mind me, just gonna take a quick swig of
Even
coffee.
outside their respective fields. Students receive guidance from professors. Professors may also guide each other. If you're interested, you should seek out Professor Hanneman or Professor Arwella. The student's house is determined by their place of origin, but naturally, each individual has their own aptitudes and interests. That said, if a student so desires and their current professor consents, they may transfer from one house to another. If you get to know the students better,
So unlike
you have to-
Hogwarts, you can change houses.
they may approach you about this.
Speaking of which,
I hear
let's
you've
hit a
been
pod
tasked
real
with
quick.
hunting. Sounds like you'll be fighting alongside the knights too.
Don't let the monastery down, Teach.
We actually have some students to visit. So here we're going to be heading to a place called Abyss. It's actually a dungeon that is underneath the monastery. So this is available to you if you complete the DLC. And with the DLC with Fire Emblem, there were 4 separate DLCs that were released. There are some features that are paid and some that are free. So you'll receive, if you
You're from
purchase
up
the
top,
game now,
right?
you'll receive the free
What
DLC
business do you have
automatically.
here?
For the purchase DLC, which came in 4 different waves, all of it is released as a single DLC pass.
Suppose that means
It's only
I
like a
have to
couple.
let you pass.
It's probably about $10 more to
guess-
get the DLC, so it's definitely worth it.
Rough and tough. So watch your back down here.
So this feature, Abyss, you unlock different parts of it by completing a DLC side story that's playable.
This is a place for innocent
People. Especially not if you're carrying money.
So yeah, the people who live in Abyss are people who are either criminals or orphans, or they just don't have anywhere else to go. Here we go, we can talk to Balthus here.
Clearly I'm around here. You don't strike me as the thief or merchant type. I don't owe you money, do I? Oh, you're that new teacher everyone's been yapping about. And you look younger than me. Weird. My
Yeah,
name's Balthus.
Balthus is going to become one of our students, while being a, I believe, 25-year-old man.
Don't beat around the bush, pal. You want my help, yeah? Can't blame you. Look, I get it. You're the new professor. You've got a lot on your plate. You need backup? I'm your guy. Fine, you've talked me into it. But I'm gonna need you to sweeten the deal, if you catch my drift. Beautiful! Now about that sweetening. I'll need to attend your classes whenever the mood strikes. Get bored from time to time, I'll coop down.
And there we go. So we have a new student. We can check him out right here in the roster. So yeah, Balthus comes equipped with an Iron Gauntlet. His unique ability is King of Grappling. Gives him an extra, let's see, Strength and Defense plus 6 when his HP is less than or equal to 50%. He's got overall really good stats. His movement is 4. He's a noble right now. He also comes with a crest. So it sometimes restores HP equal to 30% of damage dealt when doing combat arts, of which he's already got a few equipped. So he's good with swords, axes, brawling, faith, and heavy armor, and he also has a budding talent for a reason. He's only bad at flying bows and lances, really. We are almost exclusively going to stick to the brawling, the axes, and the faith. He has a somewhat unique class, the War Monk, later in the game, but he's not a very good magic user, so we're probably going to stick to axes and brawling for him. So he already has access to the Noble, of course, and then outside of that, you can see a little bit of his personality right here. So it looks like he was, yeah, Balthus is 26 years old. And yet, he's one of our students.
Well, did you come all the way here just to stare at my rippling abs?
Yes.
You want something? If you're gonna ask me for help on the surface, it better be real important. I try not to go up there unless I absolutely have to.
So we have a pagan altar here. This is going to be one of the things that makes our renown useful, just because, ta-da, we can offer up items. Ooh, we have an arcane crystal. So that'll give us more renown. You can use renown for a whole bunch of different features in the game. Basically, it's for getting rewards. You can get weapons, items. You can also actually speak to... So right here we have the influencer.
Need something?
Inspire worship. We're actually going to go ahead and do that. That's going to allow us to actually receive items at the altar now. We're also going to encourage recycling. This is actually going to help us get free items. And then we're going to reduce the inn prices. I actually am not 100% sure what that one does. People will surely visit the inn. I guess that you just have to do that one in order to unlock everything else. We won't be able to unlock anything else until chapter 13.
Come on, who are you? Wait, shut up. Let me guess. You're that new professor, right?
You just started teaching up on the surface.
So here we have Happy. Happy is a natural dark mage. Those are very rare. She's a little slow, but she's a lot hardier than your other mages, and she deals a lot of damage when she is able to hit. She also has a unique ability that makes her useful against monsters, which is going to be helpful later on.
Fine, fine. I'll back you up. Yeah, sure thing.
You know, I've never really had a teacher before. And
It'll be my first time at the Officers Academy. Sounds like fun.
Alright, so we've recruited Happy.
I prefer
Not to visit the surface?
So we'll have a couple more characters to visit here. And like I said, because we used the influencer, so I may have mentioned the recycling thing, here we're going to get some free items from the scrap heap. So we got iron gauntlets, they have 28 out of 50 uses, which is useful, and a broken iron axe. Great. We have another room here. This is like the women's quarters. We can change our character appearance again. Head over this way. We don't have access to the Wayseer's room yet, and then the men's quarters, we can't do anything with it because Violet is a woman this playthrough. We're going to head in here, and we'll have 2 more characters to recruit. Here is Constance, another mage. Constance is kind of unique. She has a really useful, really diverse spell set that other mages just don't. She's also naturally built for the Dark Flyer class, which allows her to attack from an insane range and also be able to fly around the battlefield.
I'm sure I must have misheard you. Either
She's
that
also
or
just
you
a
haven't
very
the slightest
entertaining
inkling of where
character,
you
and you'll
are.
see why later.
But of course,
You must be the new teacher specially appointed by
Lady Reyna.
That is it, yes? Rumors have been flying underground about you.
Oh, well then. I am
Constance von Neufeld. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Oh, have you
Then rejoice. You did come seeking
my aid? Yes. Hopefully something befitting my station. An assignment for the
Alright,
Officers
and
Academy?
there we have yet another student.
Come to
I need to lesson or some such. I prefer not to be
above ground during the day when I can help it. Unless there's
storm clouds.
So that actually is going to relate to Constance's personal ability. We'll get into her and Happy's figures right here. So Constance is definitely built towards magic. Oddly enough, she has a bonus to her strength. Then she has Dex, Speed, and Charisma are all at 7, which is pretty decent, especially at level 3. Her magic is 15, so she's going to hit devastatingly hard with her spells. Her luck is only 4, it's not that great. Her defense is 3, so if she gets hit, she's pretty much screwed. And then her res is 5, which is a pretty decent stat. She has the unique skill Circadian Beat. So it says indoors. What it actually means is if it's dark, she gains +3 to her strength and magic. When she's outdoors, so if she's in the sunlight, she gains +3 to her defense and res. She's good at swords, which we're not going to be using a lot. She has a budding talent in brawling, which we're also not going to be using for her. Naturally good in reason, authority, and flying. And yeah, she's like 18. And then we have Happy, who's about 20. Happy is good with lances. Well, not really, but she gets a bonus in it to start with. And then she has a budding talent for axes. She's bad at brawling. She's great at reason. She's great at riding and flying. And that's actually going to help her in her unique class as well. We have 1 student left to recruit, so we're going to pick up Yuri here. Oh, Yuri. He's beautiful. We love him. We love Yuri.
Get tangled up in trouble. Unless you've been sent here to
Someone's orders. In which case,
show you a good time.
I got lost and stumbled upon this place.
stumbling into
This pretty suspect.
Yuri thinks
You're
we're
that
sus.
mercenary turned professor, aren't you? The one who showed up at the monastery, kind of. You're the one I've heard so much about. Well, I guess it's fine you're here then. You can call me Yuri.
you'll want to remember that.
Oh, we'll definitely be calling him Yuri. So he's actually going to offer us a quest. We go ahead and grab that, and then we'll recruit him as well.
In exchange, I tend to like to give those little kids, yeah? It's a deal. Come on, if you're wondering why I won't come up to you.
It's because I've got people to watch over in Abyss.
Alright. So that's the last of our students in Abyss that we're going to recruit. We're going to head upstairs real quick. So you'll notice that little blue notification there on the screen. That is actually going to be
I don't want any trouble.
the character for our quest. We're going to talk here to this mysterious teacher.
What do you require?
And we can actually ask him about how we're raising our students.
Now let
So
me
let's
see.
do.
Little guy.
This is lurking.
So his dex is a bit better, but frankly it needs work. He'll need to gain much more experience if he hopes to improve.
Fare thee well.
You can also get an idea of what stats your characters are doing good in. Hello! And what stats they're not doing so well in. Alright, and we're gonna go back to Yuri real quick, just so that we can finish the quest he assigned to us. Hello, Yuri, you beautiful man.
Ah, it's you.
So we got a couple of gifts that we can give to characters later in the game, and he also provided us with some renown that we'll be able to use to get some rewards later.
If you can't find me in the classroom on the surface, you'll likely find me here.
Alright. So now we're going to leave Abyss. There's not really much more to do. So we'll go back to the monastery. We still have a few quests to complete there. Once we're through with the monastery, we'll get actually some new features that we haven't had before. So I believe that with this chapter, following our visit to the monastery, we're going to start getting into a pattern. We'll also have the option to go to battle, and actually there are free battles you can play that help you raise your character's experience. Of course, being able to have them battle alongside each other also helps boost support. And then following that, we'll have another feature where we can either attend a seminar or rest. Resting isn't going to be that useful to us until after I believe, Chapter 4. And after Chapter 4, there's actually a special item that you want to rest in order to restore its uses. Seminars are actually also great, though, just because you can have Byleth get free skill experience. Byleth doesn't get to train like your other characters do, so he or she or they tend to fall behind on stats.
Professor.
So we'll hit up our students, Ingrid and Sylvain. Felix here.
Felix and Sylvain are a bit challenging at times.
The moment I take my eyes off them, they're off causing all kinds of trouble. It's always been that way.
Oh, Ingrid. Oh, Felix.
I know him better than almost anyone else. So let me give you some advice.
Beneath all that princely
Polish, and nothing more. He's strong and skilled, sure. But don't put your trust in him
as a human being. Take care he doesn't chew you up.
and spit you up.
So Felix is going to become pretty much a main unit for us, not just because he's a very, very good unit to have. Like, he has great stats, his crest works really well with him, he's going to get some items later in the game that are going to really help boost him even more. He's also both on the autism spectrum, at least ambiguously, and he's bisexual. So we're going to definitely get some time to know Felix.
The next assignment is
Right on, bandits. Sounds like some training.
in order. Tell me something, Professor. When it comes to a one-on-one battle, which is better, strength or skill?
Personally, I believe it's skill, but Raph believes it's strength, and we want to boost that support with him.
Hustle always comes out on top. Good to see you, Professor.
I guess Raph thinks he's a top. I beg to disagree.
So I'm pretty busy. We can talk soon.
Alright, so we can't recruit Raph until we have a higher strength and heavy armor.
Hey there, Professor.
So yeah, all of your characters want you to have
that reminds
sort of
I found this
certain skill stats and attributes
weird.
doing really well
Not really
in order to recruit them to the class. However, there's a way around that. If you actually boost your supports with the characters, they become easier to recruit. So basically, if they like Violet, they're like, oh yeah, I'll join your class. So Caspar is also not ready. He wants us to be better at Strength and Brawl. Caspar may actually be a lot easier for us to recruit than some of the other kids because those are stats that Violet is naturally good at. So we've already gone to the Officers Academy. We're going to head here real quick.
Let's see. That person
Chat with Cyril.
Oh, do you need me for something? Sorry, but I'm really busy right now.
Okay, so apparently we can't do anything with him.
Do you know of the Eyre family? We have long held the position of Prime Minister in the Empire.
The Empire's power lies
with 6
good old Ferdinand.
foremost among them.
We may very
Full
definitely try to
explanation may be
recruit Ferdinand.
time-consuming.
He's a great unit. I'm not sure if we're going to get a lot of usability with him this playthrough, but...
Alright, I will list
6 great
noble families. There is Caspar's father, Count Burgles, the Minister of Military Affairs.
Then there's Linhardt's father, Count Hevering, the Minister of Domestic Affairs.
Bernadetta's father, Count Farley,
Is the Minister of Religious Affairs. Hubert's father, Marquis Vestra, is the Minister of the Imperial Household.
Ferdinand
Finally,
really knows his noble houses.
Minister of Foreign Affairs. And my own
father,
Duke Eyre,
the Prime Minister. One day, I will take his place
as the Prime Minister of the Empire. I am more talented than anyone in my class, even Edelgard.
I will lead the Empire to a bright, enlightened future.
Oh, Ferdinand. Let's see if we can recruit him yet.
Here to recruit me, I presume? Well, the eldest son of House Eyre will not be so easily swayed.
Dang, Ferdinand. So we need dex and heavy armor for him. So here we are going to the cathedral for the first time, and I realize that I am not dressed. Better. So just 2 days ago, my hair was actually the same color as this jacket. And now the pastel pink hair dye that I put in has become peach. Which is actually, it looks nicer than when I dyed it blonde. I'm kind of sad that this color is going to wash out in a couple days, actually. So, nothing going on over here. We're going to check out the whole cathedral. I believe there's a couple quests we can pick up here. Oh, and if you look over here, you can see a wyvern and a pegasus flying in the sky. Actually, the pegasus looks like it's glitching. Alright, so ultimately, there's nothing of interest here right now. Like I said, we do have a few quests we can pick up. So let's see. Over here is Lawrence.
Noble to demonstrate piety towards Seros. Have you also come to offer your prayers to the goddess, Professor?
Actually, no.
I'm not a particularly devoted believer either, but it would be unbecoming for a noble like me to neglect his prayers. It seems that your reputation is on the rise. It's a shame I am not in your class.
See, so in order to recruit Lawrence, we need Charm and Reason. Lawrence is actually worth recruiting just because he gets a very useful item, especially if you have like Scythia in your party. So we're going to leave him be for now.
Inside the
here.
cathedral, there is a Saint Indec, Saint Macule, Saint Keyhole, and
Saint Sathleen!
now that you're a member of the church, be sure to familiarize yourself with how
So these saints are going to become very important for storyline purposes in just a little while. Alright, so we're picking up another quest. We hit Mercedes here.
Did you come to pray to the god? Me too.
So we definitely want to build up a relationship with Mercedes. Mercedes is our love interest for this playthrough because, you know, Byleth is going to be queer on every playthrough that we do.
I have a favor to ask.
So the choir coordinator here who wants us to find a list. The list will have students who enjoy singing. This is actually going to unlock a new feature for us where we can have our students sing. And that will actually boost the support level between the students and Byleth, as well as increase their faith stat. And I believe Byleth gets a boost to authority. So we're going to be doing a lot of walking these first couple chapters. Eventually, we'll be able to actually just maneuver around the map without having to spend any time walking, which is nice. But for now, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of walking.
Xanadu, the Red Canyon, is even members of the church are forbidden from entering without.
That man's voice is a lot older than
Those
his body.
bandits truly are morally reprehensible.
So you notice a great, bright, glowing, flashy thing here. This is the item for Gerald's quest. And there we go. We completed the quest without even having to actually report to him. So we get the tactics primer, which is going to give us battalions. Nothing of interest there. Over here we have Hahnemann.
Guiding the students in the mock battle. Taking command like that? Simply splendid. And yes, I'm talking about you. Your talents are incredible. And Lady Rhea's insight as to your potential is doubly.
Alright. So I'm not sure we have too much more to do up here. Nothing of interest there. There we go. We can teleport straight to the library, where we have another quest from the chef. And we spotted a good old Linhart. Linhart is another character that might be useful to recruit just to get a free item later in the game.
Poor fools who spend their days sharpening. Huh? Your class? However, I still have a.
So Linhart's not going to join our class until we've improved our magic and reason. Thankfully, those are, of course, abilities that Byleth actually naturally excels at, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem with that. Go ahead and grab another cookbook here.
I'm so glad you're here. Reading books from all the regions of Fodlan. I feel almost like
You can learn so much from books.
But the knowledge and
Don't tell Ignatz that he should go and see the world for himself. He gets upset about that for some reason.
What an honor that you would come and talk to me. I'd like to learn more about you.
Someday, why not join now? We have to improve Dex and Authority to recruit Ignatz. Oh, and we haven't talked to Ray yet, so we're going to go ahead and hit her up. Yeah, so previously I was having an echo issue with the game itself, and somehow that's been sorted out, but now there's an echo factor going on with my mic, and I'm not 100% sure why that's happening, so I have a feeling that I'm going to have to go ahead and do some maintenance on this again tomorrow. Thankfully, I have the whole day off, so I have some stuff to do around the house, but once I get that figured out, get that taken care of, I'm going to sit down and actually work on my computer and everything for a little while. I should also mention that I do plan on streaming weekly, or at least daily, for a little while, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe not Tuesday, actually, just because I have plans, but all those other days I do plan on actually streaming, at least for an hour each night. And then after that, I'll be not streaming from Thursday through Saturday at least, just because we have plans for the holiday season. And once Thanksgiving is over, I'm going back to streaming on a regular basis. I'll also be, so if for some reason you can't view my streams, which I totally understand, everyone has a life, everyone is busy, I also upload the videos to YouTube, so those will be there as well. If you do decide you want to watch them, I also understand totally if you don't want to watch them on YouTube. I get it. It's a lot more fun having this experience, because I can talk to you guys while we're streaming, which is really the whole point. Alright, so we hit up Sylvain, we're gonna head this way. Good old Hilda.
Maybe I should go into town, but that would be such a hassle. Oh, hi, Professor. Do make it quick.
So the echoing through the mic, is it specifically my voice? Do you hear any echo with the game footage?
Professor, you look like you want to say something. But if you're here to lecture me, I'll pass.
Okay, so we can't recruit Hilda until we build up our charm and axe. There's a student hiding over here, so we're gonna head here real quick. And there's Manuela.
There are some things I'll just never understand. Like the other night, I went on a date with a handsome, strong young knight. Oh, I'm a bit weak just remembering him. Anyway, do you know what that no good jerk said when we got
Gotcha.
He said, "What a mess. I'm afraid to go in there." Can you believe it?
So I also think most of the audio from my game, because I was having an issue with the capture card repeating it, I have the volume coming in from my TV as opposed to the computer itself. So it may just be breaking up because of what's going on with my mic. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so I do apologize if there's any kind of audio problems right now. Those should be hopefully resolved by tomorrow. It's just a matter of, you know, tweaking everything, making sure that it's set up right. So tomorrow is going to be a fun day for doing maintenance. Alright, so here we have good old Aloise. We'll definitely be able to recruit him at some point.
I'm just heading out for a
Aloise's
mission.
daddy.
I'll be seeing you.
Good luck!
It's a piece of cake. I'll be back before you know it.
And then he leaves. Bye?
We don't want anything to happen to our precious students.
So you don't want anything to happen to your precious students. Why would you send them to fight murderous bandits in the first place?
What? You look bored. Care to duel?
To the death? Yeah, so we're not going to be able to build our relationship with Eureka at all. If we were playing the Black Eagle storyline, it would actually be possible to recruit him later. But since we're playing on the Blue Lions route, we won't be able to access him. We do get another character though, and the Blue Lions actually has the most recruitable characters out of any storyline. The likelihood of us recruiting everyone is very low due to this being a first playthrough. It's going to be just about impossible to get Pilot's stats and support high enough to recruit everyone, but we should have a fair amount of characters before the game ends. So I actually don't think there's anything for us to do at the market besides check out the armor and the item shop, which aren't that beneficial to us at the moment. But there is a quest over here, which I think everyone's going to love.
Can't be serious. I need your help.
So this little girl wants us to feed the cats. One of these cats looks like one of my friend Greg's cats, so we're gonna feed that one. So we got a reward for completing that, but one thing that's great, just keep giving them food, and sometimes they give you an item. There we go, so that cat gave us Venom Stone. That cat was holding a poisonous rock. Alright, so I think all we have left to do now is clear up a couple of quests, and then we will be done with the monastery for this chapter.
Perhaps there are way too many vegetables. The ratio of vegetables to sweets was completely skewed. Oh,
like
hi,
Sophia.
Professor. Were you just eavesdropping on me?
Everyone knows it's
So we're definitely going to be trying to recruit Lysithia.
I'm actually very
She
busy
is,
right now.
quite
If I could
frankly,
ask
the
a
best
favor.
unit in the game. She's not interested in joining us, though, because she wants us to improve our magic and our faith. Over here is Petra.
Even as coolness. And you, Professor? Which do you find is worst? Too hot or too cold weather?
Oh, definitely too cold.
I'm able to be wearing much lighter clothes. Training has given me great busyness right now, but
Petra wants us to be better at dex and riding. The funny thing about Petra wanting us to be good at riding, so all of the characters want you to be good at stats that they're actually good at. Petra doesn't have any bonuses in riding whatsoever. Alright, so we're not actually going to do this event just yet, just because we don't have a lot of action points. We're going to head back over to the Officers Academy. should be an item to pick up right around here.
Bridget, word of advice.
There we go. And then we'll head back to the cathedral and report to Seth. Oh, I think there was actually one other thing that we had to pick up. So we'll go back and grab that here shortly. So we got some nice gear from Seth and some renown bonuses. And then yes, there is an item we need to pick up in the dormitory, and we'll actually be effectively done with this part of the game. Let's see, here it is. We're going to grab the choir list, choir sign-up sheet, head back to the cathedral, and here we'll be able to actually have our characters sing in the choir. Yay! There's actually some very entertaining dialogue that comes from this, though, so it's definitely worth doing just for a laugh. So even though he's not recruited, we're going to bring Lawrence along, and we'll bring Annette because she loves singing.
Something appears to be wrong with my throat.
Singing is so much fun.
Everyone should enjoy themselves while they're doing it.
Here we go. So the bonds between us grew. The two students who trained with me gained experience and faith, and then the pilots got some boost to their authority. Cool beans. So all we have left to do at this point, we're going to go ahead and do the bonding bites event. That's just going to have us have a meal with our students. It increases their resolve and also just kind of gives them a bonus. Ooh. So I kind of want to boost Dedue's resolve, but we're trying to get our support maxed out with Mercedes. So we're going to eat with Mercedes and Annette for now, even though they don't need the boost to their...
So good. Oh, but not as good as your
What's the word I'm
homemade
looking
sweets, Mercy.
for?
You're too kind.
Their resolve, I guess. Their motivation. There we go. Alright. And we're done with exploring for the month.
If you don't yet know...
And now we get to instruct our students for the first time.
Assuming that's agreeable to you, of course.
So we have a few different things that we can instruct our students with. We can set skill goals to decide what abilities are going to improve in.
Of course.
Instruction actually allows you to instruct your students, which is going to give you extra bonuses to their stats. Suggested goals are goals that the students themselves come to you with.
To increase, if it's students.
And certification exams we're not going to be worried about at this exact moment, but we will get there eventually. So let's see. Ash is actually at full stats right now, so obviously we need to boost his bow weapon level, but he also has a budding talent for lances, so we kind of want to improve that. There we are. Sylvain here already has points in his lances and his riding. We're going to step away from him for just a moment. We'll work on Mercedes. She's a budding talent for bows, and I actually do want to work on that this chapter, this playthrough, just because Mercedes gets a unique weapon later in the game. I am going to put effort into that space so that she can become a stronger magic user. And I believe she has a budding talent in... No. I thought she had a budding talent in Axis, she's just naturally good at Axis despite being a magic user. Alright. For the rest of the students, their motivation is kind of only at a halfway point. I'm going to set up a group task real quick. Even though they don't support it, I'm going to set Ingrid and Constance to flying. And then... Actually, no, because I want Ash to get a boost in his riding stat. I'm going to set Ash and Happy for riding. Goals should be good for now. We're going to set everyone to auto-instruct. Here we go.
I'd like you to explain something.
So sometimes your students will come to you with questions, and you can actually boost their motivation with this. Though I served His Highness for 4 years, he has eluded me my every attempt to learn his favorite foods. Sounds like you need to resort to trial and error. Oh! So I got a lot of experience for that, but I didn't choose the right thing. And let's see, so Yuri, to be frank, I've never been at ease with lances or axes. I'd suggest that rather than thrusting one of these clumsy weapons into my hands, you help me achieve mastery with the sword. So right now his goal is to focus on swords and authority, but he wants to focus exclusively on swords to improve as a thief. Let me go ahead and let him, because we can change his goal at any time. But now he's actually going to drop that one weapon to improve as a swordsman. And there we go, we're going to be able to... We've built up enough support within that.
Well, I have this book of battle tactics that I borrowed from one of the knights. There's one part that I just don't understand.
Do you think you could explain it to me?
Leave it to me.
Great, thank you so much. It's about this diagram here. I don't get what knights are growing up in that forest there. I just can't see the advantage to a formation like that. Yay, I finally get it! You really are a great teacher.
But why didn't we learn? You're the one who did the work.
No way! I couldn't have done it without you.
So Annette has ADHD.
That's why I came to the Officers Academy.
She has a lot of energy. She has huge interest in a varied amount of tasks, and her interest kind of fleets from here to here to here. She also pushes herself to an insane logic to pick up all of these skills. We're definitely going to learn more about this as the game goes, but yeah, Annette is one of our many neurodivergent students.
That's just not possible. I always find it's more tiring to laze
Around doing nothing. I've never been any good at that. I have to have something to do. Like,
on my days off, I need to get up early and take care of the
clean first, or I just can't relax. Know what I mean? Oh, I'm so glad you agree. You'd be surprised how rare it is to find people like us. Mercy never sets foot outside her room on her days off. I don't get that girl sometimes. Not to mention... Oh wait. Oh no! I was supposed to be on cooking duty today! Ugh, I completely forgot! Sorry, Professor, but I have to run. Thanks again for your help!
So Annette forgot that she had something to do because she was distracted with doing things.
Who put this stupid barrel here?
And also, she's clumsy. Oh, Annette. But there we go, we maxed out our motivation with her, we boosted our support level to C. So now whenever we fight alongside Annette, we're actually going to get bonuses. Oh, so here we'll get to see our group task as well as the results of
our best.
Weekly training.
Here's the result, Professor.
Okay, so they did good. Not perfect, but good. And look at all those experience gains.
You learned a thing or two.
There we go. Today's Raphael's birthday. We're going to buy him flowers just because we're trying to recruit him, I guess. And here we are. So this month, we're going to get to learn about battling. It's actually the only thing that we're going to be allowed to do this week. Or this weekend. So it's our day off, and we're going to go fight with people. So we only have access to a practice battle. We'll only be able to play it once. You can see the recommended level for it is 3. So we'll save over our file here.
Do you have experience commanding a battalion, Professor?
So here we'll learn about assigning battalions. Battalions have a
deploy a
unique thing
battalion,
called gambits.
you will
They
be
kind
able
of
to
give you an
utilize
extra
their
attack. They're especially useful when fighting
team up with a
monsters.
nearby. Maybe
Then of course,
quite
if you
remarkable.
have multiple units with gambits equipped that are working next to each other, they'll actually give each other a bonus. So we are going to equip battalions to a couple characters. Byleth already has the Gerald's Mercenaries. I'm going to remove the Saros Mercenaries from Dedu, and I'm going to give them to Annette just because she has a higher authority rate, so she'll deal more damage with them. And yeah, here we are. So we're able to fit our entire house into this fight, and then of course we have a couple of new units. We won't be able to use all of them, so for now I guess we're just using Yuri. So we're going to check everybody's gear. Ingrid needs some new weapons because I gave her everyone else her equipment. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and remove everyone's gear for just a second. So with Byleth, our focus is going to be swords. I'm also going to give her a gauntlet, and I might give her a bow, leather shield, and a volinary. Dimitri's going to grab one iron lance. He's also going to grab a sword, maybe the Chalice of Beginnings, and a volinary. Dudu's going to get an axe, gauntlets. Ash is going to get a bow, and we will give him a lance and maybe a training axe on the side. Mercedes, we're literally just going to give a volinary. Felix is going to grab a sword. Swords are all Felix is going to need at this point in the game. He might need better gear later. Sylvain will also have a lance and an axe. I'm probably going to need to buy a new lance. Net's going with just a volinary. Yeah, so I needed a lance for Ingrid as well. I grab her a volinary. So as you can see, I'm already running out of gear. So what we're going to do is head over to our marketplace. I'm going to check sell real quick to see if I have anything to get rid of. I don't. So we're going to go to buy. I'm going to grab Dimitri a javelin.
Is that the one?
At this point, I'm only allowed to buy 3 of them. I'm going to give Dudu a lance. Ash is good, Mercedes is good, Felix is good. Sylvain will also receive a javelin, and then so will Ingrid, and then I'm out of money. Alright, and here we are.
Stay focused.
So I'll move Byleth forward.
Ready.
Ingrid's going to take a position nearby. Then we'll move Dudu in. Mercedes is going to stand behind Byleth. I'm moving Felix here.
On it.
Sylvain's going to get in the position behind him because I want to boost their support. We'll move Dimitri here. Annette will move up with them.
I'll give it my all.
Move Ash here. And finally, Yuri, who's going to be our secondary healer, is going to go here. So we skipped through a few fights there. It looks like Byleth took the brunt of the damage. She's definitely got hit a few times. Move Sylvain in here. There we are. I'm going to let Annette finish off the enemy. So yeah, Felix is fast and he hits hard. We're definitely going to be using him a lot. Move Dimitri up there. Heal Byleth. Move Dudu up.
Weak.
Nice! So Dudu got a level up. HP, strength, and defense. Not perfect, but it's the stats that he excels in, so at least we got those. Ash is going to go ahead and head in. Fire shot. Ash also leveled up. And prove that he is still the very best. And there we are.
You're a big help.
So Yuri is already at level 3, which is awesome. That means that the rest of our students really need to catch up. So we're going to repeat the process of Dudu hits. Ash fires an arrow. He actually missed. And then we're probably going to do Tempest Lance with Ingrid. And there we are.
Seems like prevailed.
Byleth and Mercedes will move up.
My thanks.
Did I not give... Okay, Yuri has an iron sword. So Net's moving up. We'll move up Sylvain. Felix needs to kind of stay in the background, I guess, and then we'll move Dimitri up. There we are. So Byleth hit level 5, which is great because she's... Oh! That was a terrible level up, though. Oh no. Oh no, Byleth, baby girl, what you doing? So Felix will die if I do that. Ah, strategy. Sylvain strikes with a javelin. I don't think that's going to be enough, though. No, the enemy has 20 HP left. There we go, Dimitri also hits with the javelin. And then... Felix happens. We're getting some bad level ups lately. We'll have Mercedes heal in, she's going to put Felix up. That was probably a bad idea because I just put my healer right on the front line. We're going to get a net, you're behind her. Good job, got a couple of good hits in. Okay. So we're also probably going to have Byleth sit in the back for a little bit here, just because she's already at level 5 and nobody else has got there yet. So we did some good for Ash. We're going to have Byleth stand in front. She'll put the Iron Gauntlet. Since we're here, I'm going to show you guys how the gambits work. So here's Byleth's Church Soldiers, I think. No, Byleth has Gerald's Mercenaries. You can see that they actually gained experience as well. Byleth improved both her weapon that she has equipped and her authority stat. And we're just going to move him here and put the Iron Sword. There we go. And even though I don't want Byleth fighting, she's going to. A lot, apparently.
Setting a very good example. It seems I've...
Okay, so she got a class mastery skill, which is really nice. So she gained a new ability. So she has HP plus 5, basically her max HP is an additional 5 points compared to what she would normally have. Let's see, Mercedes doesn't have any attack magic yet. So then he's going to use his javelin. Boom, another Church Soldier goes down. Sylvain's still only level 2 though, or level 1 though. And that will also take out...
Gotta stay focused.
Level 2, there we are. Okay. Not a bad level up. It's the stats that she needs most, so nothing to complain about. Nothing to write home about, but nothing to complain about. Ingrid levels up. So Ingrid's actually a pretty good unit. She's the jack of all stats. Once again though, we're not getting good level ups. I'm not sure what's going on right now. I'm getting RNG screwed. Meanwhile, there's Ash, being the very best, like he does. So I think Felix just finished off the boss. We should definitely get a level up for that, and he did. HP, Strength, Dex, Luck, Defense. Wow! Felix is a beast! Gonna send a Jew in, and oh! There we go.
A threat eliminated.
So we finished that battle. Renown is going up, which is nice. We got a nice little boost there. All right. So for this month, since we don't really know specifically what all we're going to be raising our characters in, we're just going to instruct automatically.
Am I making progress?
Here we go. So Annette learned a new skill because she improved her authority. Balthus wants to focus on the skills that'll make him a war monk, which is useful. That's a class that we're going to at least mildly benefit later from. Here we have an event throughout the week, so there's going to be a hymn in the cathedral. We're going to participate just because it's going to help us boost our support levels and our faith. We don't know which students it's going to bring. Sylvain and Dimitri.
It is not guaranteed to be good, even if everyone sings earnestly. It is not easy.
So neither of those students really need their faith built up at all, but life happens.
Good job, if you ask me.
There we go, those two did perfect with riding. Boosted our authority, our brawling, swords and brawling, axes and bows.
Well,
There we go, so everybody's learning new abilities, which is nice. Oh, and there we have Mercedes now has 2 offensive spells. She's Black Magic Fire and Light Magic Nosferatu. Both of which are going to be useful skills, and they're going to make her more of a combat-oriented character than she was before. Yeah, so Mercedes is going to be super useful as the game progresses. Alright, so we received some beginner skills. Dimitri and Sylvain actually have a support conversation now.
I'd better avoid the training grounds. I swear His Highness never sleeps.
You're out late, Sylvain. Is it safe to assume you've been wildly browsing with women? I'm afraid that behavior simply will not do.
It's actually kind of funny that Sylvain is our character that's famous for flirting with women, because we're going to have him end the game in a relationship with Felix.
Let's just forget something. Agreed?
Unfortunately, I can't do that. It's time someone talks some sense into you.
I think Dimitri is actually going to be one of the only characters we have at the end of the game who isn't in a same-sex relationship. At least an ambiguously gay relationship.
Enjoy yourself at night. But you must learn the art of moderation. Again and again, wandering the streets until the early morning.
Okay, I get it. I don't need one of your lectures. I've got
them all memorized anyway.
I'll be better in the future. I'll stop going out at night, I'll focus more on my studies, and in return, you'll go into town with me. And we'll invite some girls.
Shall we shake it up?
The way your mind works absolutely confounds me. How did you even arrive at such a notion?
You need to get out more.
Naive and uptight is no way to
Live your life.
Oh, Sylvain.
And uptight? Yes, well, compared to you, I imagine I'm downright run-of-the-mill.
I'm not so sure. Most men are experienced enough to
No,
know
not
not to give a
dagger to the girl they...
Will you never let that rest? It was many years ago. Perhaps a good knock on the head will help you find...
Dimitri gave a girl he had a crush on a dagger. A dagger is definitely the way to my heart. If you want to win me over, just give me a dagger.
With your strength, knock on a head could knock the life right out of me. You'd better watch that temper, Your Highness.
So how about this? I'll try to
Cave, and you'll try to loosen up.
If I do as you wish, will you truly promise to improve your behavior?
I'll think about it.
A knight of Fargus never goes back on his word. What about you? I want to see you...
I am a man of my word.
I will attempt to do as you ask.
You had better uphold your end of the bargain as well.
Seriously? Yeah, I'll believe it when he introduces me to the...
Oh, Dimitri.
You always take even the silliest things so very seriously. This should be fun.
Alright, so we got our support built up. So we're gonna head to certifications really quick. I believe, yep, Violet's the only one that can. So when your characters hit certain levels, they actually gain, they can take certification exams. These are based around your stats. Oh, you may actually want to change Violet's appearance too. Let me do something real quick. In battle will be class instead of monastery. So here we can see the beginner classes. So right off the bat is the Myrmidon. It requires your sword rank to be D or higher. Violet's sword rank is. She'll also gain a boost to her speed to 13. With the classes that you change into, there are minimum stats that each character has to have. And those stats will be your stats, I guess. So if you don't have a stat at the minimum stat yet, it's going to go up to that. So here we have the soldier. Violet does not meet the requirements for it, or the fighter. She actually would meet the requirements for it if her brawling was a little bit higher. I believe it's at an E+ right now. Oh my god, why did they make her boobs so big? And then the monk class, which requires reason or faith to be higher. So you can see all of these have a base stat total of 80. She has like one stat that will go up for each of them. But we are going with the Myrmidon. This is going to be the sword focus class. So here we have Byleth taking the exam. And boom.
A new path to tread.
And we're going to actually change her to that class. I also feel like now would probably be a good time to go ahead and remove the glasses. So this month we're going to do a seminar. We're not going to have Byleth teach, that way she can actually boost her stats further. And I'm going to go with Swords and Faith. I think that's going to be the most useful for the class. So all the students there are going to get an increase to their motivation. It's going to move up by 50. They're also going to gain a bonus to their sword level and their faith levels.
The glory of progress.
Well, that worked out.
And there we go. So we have one more birthday. Mercedes, so we're definitely buying her flowers. And here we are.
I just got word from the Knights that the last of the thieves have been cornered.
Just as planned.
They're in Xanadu, the Red Canyon.
We certainly can't allow those underhanded thieves to get away. Let's work together and do our best to take them down.
It matters not who we're up against.
They will not harm His Highness.
We're just fighting common thieves, right? I don't expect much of a challenge.
Aren't you a spoil?
I'm actually quite excited myself.
Who knows? There may even be some cute lady thieves.
Wow, Celine. Priorities.
Well, at any rate, a real battle is a great opportunity for us to see how far we've come.
True. The mock battle was a success. We'll be fine so long as we stay the course.
Perhaps we are a bit overly excited, but remember that we have the Knights on our side.
All should be well.
Ah, and speaking of Knights, I heard the general...
Is it just me, or did they get Dimitri really pretty eyebrows? Eyelashes. Sorry. Not eyebrows. His eyebrows are kind of weird, and his hair looks like spaghetti. Spaghetti. This isn't a game.
Of course.
I just keep picking up on dialogue choices. I am not doing well in building my relationship with Dimitri. Boy, it's a good thing Byleth is gay. Aw. That got dark fast.
They died. Both of them.
I just made him spell that out, too. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
With such things. Say it's
So anyways, I'm autistic and bisexual, and it appears we're playing Byleth as an autistic bisexual person, so that's perfect, actually. Yep. Had to have Dimitri clarify what he meant when he said no longer around. Feeling like a great person. Alright, here we go. So this is the mission. We're going to play through this. There will be a couple scenes afterwards, and then we'll be done with this playthrough for the night. Once again, I will be back on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. I won't be playing on Tuesday night, just because I have plans that night, and then I will be gone Thursday through possibly Sunday. Monday night, I should be back to streaming for a little while. Okay, so here we go.
We're taking children into battle, are we?
I'm not certain I will be able to sleep soundly after
that.
And so this is, of course, justifiably angry at us for bringing children in.
But no, this power is not...
There we go. So here we get the Divine Pulse. We have a limited number of them. Basically, if something bad happens, we can hit a button and we can actually turn back time on the fight. So we can prevent ourselves from losing those characters or making that bad move. The downside to the Divine Pulse is that there are a limited number of uses. Once you're out of them, you can't use it anymore. So we're going to be deploying our students, and there's really not much else to it. We're going to be deploying who we have. We already have our battalion set up. I could have moved characters around, which I probably should have, but we'll settle for this for now.
It's like, let's get this battle out of the way, Professor. The Knights chased us all the way here?
Chief, the get out of here. There's no way we can win against them.
Shut your dumb mouth! Where would we go at this point? You can't be a thief if you fear death!
According to our information, there is a back road to the west. Let's split up
And approach from the west and front.
cleverly. We attack from both sides and gain the advantage. I'll leave the rest to you, Professor. But before all else, we'll need to cross the bridge.
Alright, so here's our first very serious fight since the prologue. Looks like Ash isn't going to be able to move in on the enemy, but Dimitri will be able to toss his javelin. Go.
What should I do?
Move up to do.
Stay focused.
Violet will move here.
Here we go.
Move up Mercedes. Sylvain.
I'm on it.
Annette.
I'll go.
So yeah, Felix and Ingrid are two of our best attackers, but we have them taking up the back, so it's going to be a while before they actually manage to hit anybody. There we go. Dimitri gets a level up. Gains HP, strength. Wow.
Must keep aiming higher.
I would have liked to see some growth on defense and speed, definitely, but 5 stats up, not going to complain. So I was going to have Mercedes do a hit, but I kind of want her to take somebody out. There we are, Mercedes throwing fireballs at everybody. Yes, you did.
You can rely on me.
Is it okay growth?
I hope the goddess blesses them to rest in peace.
So yeah, all of the kids are going to get dialogue after they kill an enemy. So that's going on.
That was tough. If I'd hesitated, that would have been me.
Move you up. Move Dimitri up again. And there we go. The rest of our kids are going to get closer to the battlefield. Ooh, that guy just... Okay, so the dude has a speed of 7, and I'm guessing the Iron Axe is a little heavy. That dude just doubled on him. Oh, that guy has a speed of 13. That's scary. So we're gonna make sure that we finish him off. There we are.
I know they are just thieves, but this never gets easier for me.
So Dimitri definitely has an issue with killing, and apparently he has in fact done it before. So I'm going to actively move Violet out of the way. She doesn't need to get kills as much as the rest of the characters do. Felix is going to be able to kill. Ooh! Crest activated, so you'll notice that he did extra damage. And here we are. So that's got great speed when it comes to hitting enemies.
See? I'm a great fighter.
We definitely want her to get some more hits in as the game goes on.
Carefully.
Okay, Ash is injured, so we need to get that taken care of. Ow. So the gauntlets will give you a chance to hit more than once, and it actually isn't getting doubled for once, which is nice. Heal Ash. See if Ingrid can move in.
I'll give it my all.
So yeah, I'm gonna move Ash out of the way. I'm gonna move Dimitri Dimitri here and switch into the Iron Sword. And there we go. Ingrid gets a kill. Ooh, that man would have doubled her, so thankfully we finished him off in time.
I can't relax here. We need to prepare for our next battle.
So I believe that Felix, Sylvain, and Dedu are the only characters we need to see finish an enemy. Their dialogue. I think that guy actually used a gambit, and we just didn't see that because we have the enemy phase turned off. Alright. Get some healing in.
I owe you one.
And there we are. Way to go, Dedu, doing some martial arts there.
The better to serve His Highness.
Got a good level up. It's nice to see Dedu gaining speed, especially since we're going to be moving him into a heavy armor class, so he's going to be kind of slow.
Still whole and sound, I hope.
Alright, so Dedu received a chest key from off that bandit, which will help us open this treasure chest over here. The funny thing is, we kind of don't need Dedu because we have Ash, who naturally has lockpick, so he can pick locks. Let's move up Byleth, move up Eitri, move up Annette. Here goes Ingrid. We're definitely going to be sending Mercedes over that way. We have a few characters dropping. Yeah, Dimitri's HP is really low now.
I'm at my limit.
So I'm going to move Dimitri aside. Have him use his javelin real quick. And there we are.
You weren't ready.
I didn't mean to do it like that, though.
It's all.
Sylvain got his lance weapon level up. That's nice.
You're weak. Finished
wow,
already?
Felix, I love that for you. Alright, so Dimitri is of course in serious need of healing. Byleth could actually use just a little bit of healing too. I think I'm only going to move Ash and Dedu this way. Ash is going to go ahead and defend the chest. Move Dedu up. Switched him to his axe. There we are. I received a large bullion. That's going to come in handy a little later. So move Dedu there. So Byleth is going to kill with pretty much everything. I'm going to have her use the Assault Troop real quick to drop this guy's health a bit. I still need Sylvain to get a kill. There we go. I actually damaged all of the opponents, which is nice. And it turns out Sylvain can't get close enough to the enemy to get a kill. So we'll have Ingrid move up. She's going to go ahead and throw a javelin at this guy.
I aim for greatness.
Nice. I'm also, just because we've seen all the students already, I am going to switch this over to... turn combat on animations and assist animations off for a little while. Go ahead and heal Sylvain. Move Felix down a bit. Annette takes out the archer.
I'll cut through.
Annette might get hit shortly. Nope. We're all good. And let's see if we can go ahead and do Tempest Lance with the Iron Lance. We can. Nice. So we got Sylvain leveled up finally. HP, Strength, and Charm. Not bad. Could have been a better growth.
I had to do it. Don't hate me, please.
Yeah, some of this dialogue is definitely sad. These kids clearly were not prepared to kill people today. Let's see, Annette could actually use some healing, so we'll have Mercedes go ahead and take care of that. So you'll notice that Mercy's healing because she's the healer, although she definitely had high damage output too. So we're going to have her... She's primarily going to be our healer, but you're going to see her doing a lot of fighting on her own. And at this point, we are just inching closer and closer to the boss. Mercedes still have... Yep. Does Mercedes have any heals? Nope. No heals left. Go, get Ash to level 4. Magic, Dex, and Res all improved.
Proceed with caution.
Duke gets a finishing blow on that guy. There we are. Annette hit level 3. Let's hope for
Everyone will be so pleased.
an okay level up. I mean, her magic and her dex went up, which is good. Her res also went up, which is nice because it looks like nobody in my house has very high of a res stat. So res is resistance. You do want that stat going up just because it affects how much damage your character can take from magic. It's really weird to have characters, you know, be good at dishing out magical damage but not taking it. I also think the Blue Lions has one of the lowest res stats in the game, meaning that they take the most damage from mages. I actually think of the characters, all 3 of the girls have the best res growths. Ingrid is a physically oriented unit that gets a really good res stat. What's great about that is that it makes her a very useful mage killer. That's gonna hurt. I'm gonna go ahead and have Violet equip the Iron Bow now. Yep. Level up the battalion again. So you'll notice that occasionally the battalions level up and gain stat boosts. Their stat boosts actually give those boosts to your character. So you can equip a battalion and benefit from the stat boosts that the battalion gives. So I think that guy just hit me with Nosferatu and healed himself for all of the damage that Annette dealt to him. Way to go, Mercy! She improves strength, dex, speed, defense, and res. Okay, all of those but her strength are really great. But she is going to use bows eventually, so it's actually nice to see that strength growth go up as well. I would have liked to see her HP and her luck improve, but those are the only stats that she didn't get a bonus in. So yeah, way to go, Mercy. So I think that Costas and this maid are all that we have left to deal with. Alright, there we are. So Sylvain boosted his magic, his dex, his luck, and his res. That's kind of a weird growth for him. And the Iron Lance broke. So I'm going to make sure that he's equipped with a better weapon. Let's see. Ooh. We're going to equip the Iron Lance. Use a Voluntary, but otherwise have him chilling there. Hit him with the Iron Bow. I thought that she had our other battalion, but maybe not. Alright, so we're gonna move everyone up. You know what, I'm gonna let Annette finish off Costas, I think. Actually, no, she has no magic left to use. Ingrid can hit, but not finish off. Felix isn't gonna be able to hit. Mercedes lands the finishing blow.
We have defeated the thieves. We'll follow the knight's instructions
for what to do next. You led us well, Professor.
There we go. So we finished the battle for the chapter. Ingrid is our MVP, so her motivation maxes out, which means when we go to trainer next time, we can give her multiple sessions. So we're going to save there. We're gonna have a little bit of dialogue left to finish out the chapter, and then we'll be finished for this particular playthrough. There we go. By choosing I remember this is a peaceful place, we just got a little bit of a boost with Sothis.
I wonder why it is that you recall this place. You must be weak of heart. Each time I speak, it scares you so.
I'm not scared.
Do you think you can lie to me? It saddens me to know you wish to hide such things from me.
Guess that was the wrong choice.
Well, anyhow, I am quite fascinated by this place. As far as I can tell, this is your first time here.
So, fun fact, just a couple days ago, part of my hair, here, was actually the same color as Byleth's. It's already faded. I'm thinking about doing it all turquoise here shortly. The dye that I use is like this vegan-friendly. It pretty much just sits on top of the hair as opposed to actually like absorbing into it, and it washes out fairly quickly. Like this was pink and turquoise just 2 days ago, and the color's already definitely fading out. Still, it feels familiar.
How very odd. I wonder if somehow my memories have...
So there's an implication here that we have the memories that Sothis has, even though she doesn't remember her memories. Which makes it difficult to tell what parts of the memories are Byleth's and what parts are Sothis's. Sothis apostrophe?
I can't seem to remember anything about this place. And yet, a great depth of emotions tied to that sense of familiarity. Like joy and sorrow.
I like Byleth just randomly like...
And all things in between.
Ah, yes, okay.
I was somehow here before. I wonder about the place.
She's kind of doing the things that my cat does sometimes, just kind of like...
We're all ready for the journey.
It is time to depart. One day I will remember that which I have lost. Oh, by the way, it seems you've earned my gratitude. The thieves who came here.
Why are you grateful?
I'm not sure myself. In any case, you must become accustomed to my voice. Oh, you think you're standing strong?
Alright, so there's that.
Huh. Does the Black Eagle House have a mission to see to? Remember, you can never tell what's coming. You can never dismiss the possibility of the worst-case scenario. Take care, Edelgard.
There's no need to state the obvious, Dimitri. Tell me, why the
Is Edelgard the girl Dimitri gave the dagger to?
Perhaps you doubt my abilities? If so, your lack of insight is disappointing.
That's not what I meant. If I've offended you, I hope you'll accept my apology.
Don't worry about it. Professor, we must hurry.
Everyone's waiting.
I suppose I should be off too. Try not to let her get to you, Dimitri. I promise you, there's no need for concern.
Why are you so worried, or puppy love? I should have went with puppy love.
Some other time.
Alright, I think we just have a speech with Rhea left, and then we'll be done with the chapter.
Safely disposed of those bandits. I pray that their souls find salvation. But why did they target the students to begin with? We must further investigate the true cause of the place.
Why did they target the students? Good question.
I ask that you support the students and relieve them of any unnecessary worry.
Of course. I should have said I will do all that I can, I guess.
By the way, how was your time? Legend has it, in ancient times, a goddess alighted upon this world in that very canyon. For a goddess from the heavens, Xanadu could only have been a temporary...
A goddess?
Long ago, the divine Saros received a revelation from the goddess. gift helped by the gods. The goddess is always watching over Fulton from her kingdom above. However, in ancient times, the goddess graced this world with her presence and offered salvation to the people here. She is the mother of all life, the arbiter of every soul.
So the goddess is God. Saros is... I'm gonna tell her my father never told
I see.
me.
During your time here,
Probably should have said the other line of dialogue, because now she's like, Gerald, why aren't you teaching your child about our religion? Spooky!
I'm sorry to interrupt. There is something I must ask about in regard to those bandits.
As you wish. We shall continue our discussion when next we meet.
A goddess? I have no... Bothersome. It is as though I know, and yet I don't. Perhaps Xanadu was my home back when a goddess walked the land. If so, what does that make me now? A ghost?
So what do y'all think? Is Sothis Saros, or is Sothis the goddess? I don't know.
No, that cannot. I am most certainly alive. Of course, we also have the mystery of why I'm here with you. Is it somehow connected? Perhaps some past regret is stopping me from moving on. Now I'm forced to stay with you instead. No, that's not it. I can't believe in such a meaningless existence.
There's a lot of post-chapter dialogue. Alright, and we are finished for the night. So if you tuned in at any point, thank you so much for being here with me. I will be streaming again Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I believe, no, not Tuesday, and Wednesday. So feel free to join in at any time. I'll probably try to stream around the same time each night, but I'll keep you updated on social media just in case that changes. And then I'll be taking a brief break for the holiday weekend. Once again, so great to have you guys here. If you're not checking this out on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for joining in there as well. Thank you for viewing. Comment to let me know if you think there's anything I can improve upon on these playthroughs. Feel free to check me out on Twitch. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, guys. Good night.